right, here, let me see. I want to see if I can get a bullet point or so, at least for the Love and Deep Space cancellation thing. I don't know how recent. I'm hoping that he talks about it at least for the apology or whatever. Shoko is working on it. Hold on, let me see. Maybe we can get like a bullet point, because holy shit, that was a very long ass paragraph.
Of Love and Deep Space, how Chinese players were sending them cow dung, funeral chrysanthemums, curse banners.
All I have to say is those Chinese women who are actually like acting like this should be arrested, in my personal opinion. But that's just me anyways.
And ritual items specifically to the Paper Games and Infold office, with millions of people unfollowing them across social media, with millions of negative comments being left, hating on the game, hating on the character. Suffice it to say, people are livid. Players are so unbelievably upset. This is a level of insanity I don't think I've ever seen. Now, the Love and Deep Space team...
The I don't know how true this was. I remember it was a rumor, so I don't know how true the rumor was, right? That there was a dude who was killing cats or so that looked close to like what's the name of that one Genshin Impact character with the hat or something like that? Whatever his name is specifically. Apparently that's I don't know if the rumor was true or anything like that, but that was a rumor that was passing around that he was killing cats that looked similar to that one cat from Genshin Impact. So I don't know. I'm like, you know, there are more crazier ones, you know, and then they also try to take out the CEO as well, because back in the Honkai Impact 3rd era where they did the bunny suit thing or so, they were trying to take him out, you know, so.
Did tweet something out, giving free polls supposedly here as an apology. The tweet is quite long, but if you scroll down, wait, hold on. So it looks like this tweet accumulated 2.6 million views. That is unbelievable. And then you can see here, translated analysis of the reply by Chinese female. This has 1,300 likes. Let's take a look. Infold finally responded. Here's what they actually said. Quick note. If you navigate on over to the Love and Deep Space subreddit, you'll see threads like this. They hooked us with quality at launch and it's only gone downhill since. I'm very concerned from what I heard coming out from the Chinese side of things. Things have severely escalated in the last 24 hours and this has me worried. The issue isn't Valko, it's that the game is already stale and unrewarding and adding a 6th character doesn't fix that. Thanks, Infold. I hate it. New character and home updates. That's it. A last minute stop to the Silas and Caleb fans with a screenshot promising a main story update shoved in last minute because you got your butt handed to you. No battle updates, no new diamond farming. Would it have been so hard to give us a new glint of updates? This has to be the most unimpressive live stream so far. My favorite part was when they played Valko's trailer twice and the kitchen trailer twice. Like, okay. I also gathered some tweets from our viewers that left comments on our video that we're gonna go over as well. But let's go ahead here first and foremost and take a look at their quote-unquote apology and see what the girls themselves are saying. 50,000 formal complaints, 2 million comments under a single post, multiple national media reports, 735,000 followers lost across platforms, days of silence, then a producer letter. So this was actually submitted, I believe, June 27th. That was 2 days ago. This was actually submitted the day of this happening. You can only imagine how much worse it's gotten. The way information about Valko was presented did not give sufficient consideration to your expectations and concerns. They know they're not sorry for what they did. They're sorry that you reacted this way. The development team has committed to or continued to grow since the game's launch. 300 people generating 78% of total company revenue per their own GDC 2026 disclosure, growing to where? Damn. Enclosed, Deep Space Wish times 10 and Empyrean Wish times 10, so they're like 10 polls each. 50,000 complaints, 2 million comments, national media coverage, 735,000 followers garnered. Their offer, 20 polls. 20 polls, please. Hopefully this is enough to come back. Page 2. 5 love interests exist. Only 2 were named. The letters specifically named Caleb and Silas for story continuation. 5 love interests in the game, 2 mentioned by name. When a company selectively reassures only the loudest fan bases, it's not making a promise to everyone, it's managing segments. This is how they keep us competing for scraps instead of standing together. They also wrote the stories, companionship, and future of every love interest will always remain an essential part of the long-term plans. This will not change for any reason. One love interest has gone over 500 days without a main story update since his debut. That is their commitment in practice. I actually, wow, now that I think about it, during the original thread that I read yesterday, they noted it had been over 500 days since a character actually obtained any main story updates. That's wild for a game that is so heavily focused on like individual husbando interactions and engagement. They really do not do a great job of managing their characters. Everything they carefully avoid. The letter did not address a single structural issue. How the resources are distributed and why the highest revenue product seems under-resourced. Whether banner mechanics will actually be reformed so players can avoid unwanted pulls. Making the banners, making the gacha better for their players. No, how do you think they make as much money as they do? Why customer service remains broken for all players regardless of how much they've supported the game. I mean, valid. Why Valko contains recycled animations, expressions, and design elements from every existing love interest. Well, that
because they're all basically almost like a carbon copy of each other, with just few minute fucking detail differences. Like that's okay. All right. It's just me, okay, all right, like, I shit you not, he's just a red flag character like that one other dude that they initially launched the game, okay? All right, they literally look the same, all right? I'm just saying.
is where their money's going, right? Not into the game, not into the characters, into their pockets, and how they continue to boost the money that they make and that they pocket by reusing animations, expressions, and design elements from already existing characters. Players paid for unique characters. Every love interest was harvested to build the 6th. If Valko's trailer gave you butterflies, pause and ask, was it him? Or was it pieces of someone you already loved that you recognized without realizing? I don't know how valid that is, but if it is, if that is legit, then god damn, okay. Before you accept this letter, consider these. At least they responded. It's a start. They didn't respond because they heard you. They responded because 735,000 people unfollowed, and the falling revenue forced them to a response driven by data is damage control, not dialogue. Accept this start, and there will never be a next step. 20 polls is something. Infall generated over $800 million in 2024. 20 polls is worth roughly 15 bucks. That's not sincerity. That's the minimum cost to get you to log in. Damn, whoever did this is savage. Valko was always planned. Planned does not mean well executed. No one said a new character cannot exist. There was zero buildup, recycled assets, production capacity used as an excuse while resources went elsewhere. Coming soon doesn't excuse anything. That's very true. Like, you know characters are coming, right? Like, Wuthering Waves does a great example of this. You know characters are coming, but the characters tend to have like unique animations, unique idle animations, unique expressions, unique attack animations, unique abilities. Like there's so much uniqueness to them. And Wuwa,
comparing Wuwa to Love in Deep Space, it's like comparing a grain of rice to a fucking medium rare steak. There is no competition between that.
Isn't the only game that does this. It's a game that I actively play. So I'm using this as reference before people start saying, why are you using Wuwa here? Because it fits and it's a great reference point. With this, you knew another character was coming. Another husbando was coming at some point. They have been working on this character for God knows how long. Months, years at this juncture. They had so much time to actually perfect him, to polish.
Because one of the other main reasons itself, it's an ultimate game. One is an ultimate game, one is an RPG game. It's pretty fucking obvious. Like, is there like some like, I know there's like some kind of like combat and stuff like that, at least from like the previous videos that I saw initially, right? And it's kind of like the gist of it, but it's not as deep as Wuwa's like actual like their shit in general. It's like very subpar. It's nothing super crazy in general, so that's the thing.
him and to make him something that players would want, to build up a story for, to integrate him into the game, to properly allow for a sufficient amount of build up to be had so when he's released, people accept and people are happy with it. But you didn't. From what I've read online and from what I've heard from people that do actively play the game, that just wasn't the case. They just kind of like dropped him in with no build up whatsoever and like, here's a dude to pull for. And some people are okay with that, but a lot of people evidently were not. Yo, I don't mean to interrupt the video, but I need to take a moment here to thank all my incredible patrons over on Patreon whose support continues to allow for me to do regular videos like this every single day on this channel. Thank y'all so much, including our YouTube channel members. You guys mean the world to me. So do you guys as viewers as well. Now, without further ado, let's continue. I like Valko, and that's okay. It is. Liking Valko and holding Infold accountable are not contradictory. But if you love him, you should be the most concerned. The way they treated the first 5 is exactly how they'll treat him once the next one arrives. Every time we accept the minimum, they learn the bar can go low.
But that's just how gacha characters are, though. I'm like, for God's sakes, we haven't seen a Yinlin rerun banner in who knows how long. We haven't seen a rerun of whatever the guy with the dragon wind spear dude in how long, you know? We haven't seen any or at least in general, almost all of the 1.0 characters I haven't seen Zeshi rerun in who knows how fucking long, you know? I'm just saying, okay? All right, I just gotta point it out to you guys, okay? Because if he wants to compare fucking Woo-Wah with fucking Love in Deep Space, brother, there has been characters that have not gotten reruns in who knows how long, you know? Because only the 2.0 characters and moving forward have only gotten reruns.
Lower. I mean, true. This, goddamn, it's incredible. Like, their subreddit is absolutely overflowing with hate. Twitter is overflowing with hate. I mean, yo, I actually made a tweet that is sitting at what? 582 likes, 60,000 views. This is only going up. This is only getting worse. This is only going to reach more people. More people are going to be upset. More people are going to see what they're doing. Hopefully, they react accordingly. And hopefully, Infold, Paper Games here, take a minute to reflect on the damage that they've done and try to figure out a way to actually fix it before it's too late. Because
damage? What damage did they do? Bringing in a new character? Giving you subpar fucking content because it's a gacha game at the end of the day? Wow. First time playing a gacha game? Welcome to the club, okay? Welcome to the club in general, alright? There are other gacha games in the same fucking realm and space, okay? That have had malnutrition, shit in general, okay? Alright? I'm like, what makes Love and Deep Space anything different than any other gacha game?
At this rate, from everything you're seeing, there's nothing but a downward spiral unfolding, happening right now. Now, let's go ahead here and take a look at a few of the comments that our community, our viewers who are actual active players are saying. Playing the game since release, and the way some act is really concerning. They are completely delusional, claiming that the character are their real husbands and that they're in the right to do whatever they want. Add to that coming massively onto Twitter to insult global players, talking about us like we're just crap poor, using racist, homophobic, and other insults I wouldn't even dare to write here. They're completely hysterical and childish. Some people are probably complaining in ways that are more respectful, but these players are completely crazy. Yeah. Don't put us in the same boat as the hysterical Snowbreak crazies. Yeah, exactly. And even when I did my Snowbreak videos documenting everything, I said it's not everyone. I know so many.
I'll be honest with you, the Snowbreak incident will always make me pissed off. And I swear to God, and if it happens again, I will shit on Love in Deep Space like no tomorrow. I will fucking shit on that game so fucking hard, you have no idea. I will fucking shit on that thing so hard, I will fucking start calling shit like it's a Call of Duty lobby. That's all I gotta say. I don't care. I don't care if those people get pissed off at me. I don't care. They ain't gonna do nothing towards me, okay? It's just a bunch of random words on the internet. They can't do jack tiddly squat to me.
Male content creators that love Snowbreak. I mean, as an example here, Teramu is a good friend of mine. She's a VTuber She very popular, and she noted here what they did to Snowbreak. I told my Snowbreak community to never fight back, as I always believe in karma. There are plenty of women that love Gooner gacha games that are targeted at men, targeted at, oh my god, it's gone up 14 likes in a minute, literally a minute. Oh my god, this tweet's gonna blow up, isn't it? Oh my god, I can already imagine the heat I'm gonna get for making this tweet, dude. 107 retweet. Oh my god, they're gonna attack me like crazy. They're gonna try to crucify me for speaking the truth, unfortunately. But yeah, like it's not all women, it's some, it's the crazy ones. That's it. Don't criticize or lump women into the delusional crazies that are attempting to take down gacha games that are, you know, specifically catered to guys that happen to like gooning. There are plenty of girls that do. My wife, Mrs. Sticks, is one of them that also goon to both male and female characters in gacha games. As someone who plays Love and Deep Space on and off, the community is toxic as hell. I get the complaints, but at the same time, I feel like the ones going...
Yeah, I know your community is toxic as hell. I had to experience it too as well. During the Snowbreak era and during my opinions about the guys that initially came out. So, yeah.
To this extent, to the rabid fans who are already had a very unhealthy obsession with the game in the first place. Yeah. They're also the ones that are part of the Wuwa, Genshin, Star Rail, Zenless, Enfield, NTE, TOF, Nikkei. Like, every community has these crazy people. Absolute crazy people.
I will be honest with you, these actual like hardcore crazy people in those communities are just fucking absurd in general. And they should be castrated at the bottom deep of like the well or so. They should be constantly be reminded and bullied or so to be like, you are crazy and you need to go into a box because it's just a game. All right, it's literally just a game. It's not that serious.
Chinese players are insane. I think a lot may have body dysmorphia in a form of psychosis. It was the Chinese players calling the Valko character ugly and too Western when all the characters look a bit Western. Asian people don't have blonde hair and blue eyes. But they're still complaining and talking about how primitive he is and how he sits on the chair with his shoes on. And I did see this. I saw Chinese players claiming that the character looked too Western and that it was due to his jaw, like the sharpness of his jaw. I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of the guys in the game do also look quite Western. They just, I guess this guy looked slightly more Western. Wow. As a long-term player, I love that we're getting Valko, and I don't agree with the extremists, but they brought this on themselves as a company. But they don't even communicate. They don't care about the issues we bring up, being a player with darker skin and the cards having bad lighting for us, and the way that they are so slow with the updates. Even the live stream was just repeated Valko content and a kitchen update. Nothing about Caleb or Silas's main story, missing content, nothing about the battle mechanics and the diamond farming. They're just digging their graves. I've held back my spending. Bravo. That is how you deal with this. That's genuinely how you deal with this. You don't spend. Your wallet speaks. Don't spend, and they will be forced to listen. I started playing the game right when the wedding banner started. I wasn't there when Caleb and Silas were at it. I stayed away from the fandom, but this, of course, came to my feed. It's so unnecessary and toxic. It's actually disgusting how these fans are acting like goddamn children. The community's gotten very toxic. I read somewhere that one of the writers of Silas or something aren't working there anymore, and that's probably why we get no more updates for him. It's just a game. Understand that these games require oh my god, they don't care about us players. I've been playing the game since day one. The community can be a lot. Infold isn't innocent. 2 years they haven't updated the stories of the character-specific stories of the two main characters. Less cards, more money spent to get lesser cards. It's a cycle. The lack of content is shocking for how much they make. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, but it's still kind of like first time playing gacha games, question mark. You know, I guess this must be their first time, like, literally, like, experiencing gacha games in general, just because, like, it's like, oh, well, welcome to the club. Welcome to, like, content that is drought heavy. Wow, you know? I'm like, hey, man, that you guys just have to control it not to spend money on the game. If you don't like where they're going or so, just stop spending in general. That's all you have to do, really. For them to hear you, it's all about the money. Flinging poo, putting leaves and flowers and about dead representation or so doesn't really help jack shit. Threatening them and everything like that doesn't help anything. It does not help anything at all. So you're just causing more of a nuisance and a problem.
There is just an overabundance of hate now for this game. And like the sad thing is, it's not a bad game.
It's pretty
and
funny.
it caters to an audience, like an audience that doesn't really get catered to, or that doesn't really have much else to play. But oh my god.
Well, for me, it doesn't really cater towards me because number one, I'm older, right? I'm just like way older now. And then also number two, none of the guys really interest me that much anyway, so.
22 more likes. Jesus. But at the end of the day, like, they know this. And they know that they can take advantage of and abuse their players in whatever way they want. And it's sad. It really is. But like I said, if you want to fix this and you want to be treated better, you either quit, you stop spending money, or you just have to admit that that's the reality that you're existing in. I think this is very sad to see. But at the same time, they themselves have fostered this community.
That's true.
They have fostered this unhealthy relationship between player and character. So you reap what you sow.
Not even that in general. The problem is that's just how, like, I guess you can say the market is in the Eastern Asian territory when it comes to these things. Unfortunately, this is what happens, you know. It's like playing with the whole parasocial thing, you know. You keep playing with it, you're gonna end up burning yourself, and well, Lord and behold, you got what you got, you know. So, like I said, I got fucking shit thrown at me or so when the Love and Deep Space people came after me, and I was just kind of like, I don't care. Your words mean nothing to me, okay?
I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction.
But yeah, anyways, that is pretty wild in my personal opinion. And apparently they're not actually doing any more updates for the new guy in general too, because Dark sent me that, like, you know, they made like this really like ridiculous long response and everything like that. Let me just pop it up here so then everyone can see it in general. So yeah, so this was like 16 hours ago. They posted this too as well. The first one is like, you know, we decided to cancel both the launch of any further development of new love interests. We're also committed for no additional love interests will be introduced in the future content. And yeah, that's basically it. Like I said, there's this whole entire thing in general. It's kind of funny, to be honest, to be seeing this. And it's just kind of like, damn, dude. It's wild to see this. Let me, by curiosity, so out of curiosity and show, let me see. Keep Valko on the global servers and remove him from the CN servers since they don't want him. That's true. I'm like, in my personal opinion, if the global side really likes Valko, just have two different separate servers at this point and keep the CN how it is in the CN, and then do the global side, you know. If the global side wants more different types of men in general, by be all guess all, go ahead, fucking have fun with it, you know. And if the CN side just only wants the main protagonist characters that came out initially on launch or something like that, just only them in general, just keep them, and then that's kind of basically it. So I requested a refund on the money I spent for Valko's debut. You better give it back, or I'll be discussing options with a lawyer. No, not a joke, by the way. We definitely have a false advertisement class action case. Congrats on proving that you have absolutely no backbone. You had a character people generally loved, connected with, and supported, and instead of standing by your own work, you threw him away the second there were backlash. What a pathetic display. Unfortunately, that's just how it is in the CN side. You know, they like to bend the knee or so on the CN because the CN is so massive or so. I know that apparently like the global side is getting an increase, like there's more revenue increase on the global side edition, so I think it's catching up towards the CN. But I don't think it's a super massive thing in general. Now I don't play lads, but why would you make a blah to show that your new character got canceled? Yeah. So I've seen like a lot of people on the global side wanting Valko to come back and everything like that because they definitely do like him. But unfortunately, the CN side is unfortunately the most loudest ones, and the minority of them too as well. So, yeah, this is basically what's been happening. Valko Boy is basically disappearing or so. So the villain, literally, the villain of the character that was already initially in the game, who was a villain initially, who attacked the other boys, and became a playable character, is now not a playable character. So, well. It is kind of crazy though. Like I said, you gotta keep those players. You have to keep those players in check or so, or else they're gonna be, doing shit like this. Because at the end of the day, the Snowbreak community got shit flung at them because the crazy people in the lads community were trying to attack Snowbreak, just because they have gooner women, and so does Love in Deep Space. It's a gooner game. I don't care what you say. You can come after me in the comment sections. You can come after me or whatever it is, you know? It's a Gooner game, okay? It has fan service in it. It is a fucking Gooner game. If you're denying that it is a Gooner game, you need to go out and touch grass, okay? All right? That's all I gotta say about that, okay? Because they fucking were attacking me or so when I said it was a Gooner game initially. When this game came out initially, and I was just basically saying that it's a Gooner game. It's 100% a Gooner game. Especially during the era of the Snowbreak incident too as well. Yeah. And also the first time that the skins were getting vaulted, I was there when Snowbreak's like couple beginnings of skins were getting vaulted because of what was happening or so. I was there during that. I played fucking Snowbreak since like release date. Okay, all right. I know a lot of the controversy that happens. Okay, all right. So all I have to say is, hey man, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But like I said, best result that I can say or so is have 2 different servers. Global side, they can keep Valko and new updated like characters that are coming in, new husbandos. And then you have the CN side, which you have the base guys, and that's basically it. So, like I said, what a fucking wild shit show that the Love in Deep Space is happening right now, to be honest. But does it surprise me that there's crazy fan base like this? No, because they're women at the end of the day. We all know for a fact, us women can be pretty crazy sometimes. How do I know about this? Well, let's just say I have seen some very crazy out of pocket women from time to time. So, anyways, that's the end of the video. And damn, that kind of sucks. I ain't gonna lie, that really does kind of suck. And peace.
Many minutes later.
Oh wait, I'll probably delete this later, but I feel like I should express my emotions to getting my feelings of my chest. I do hope to fix the things wrong with the game, as well as bring Valko back. Holy.
So I was just make a video so I could like get my feelings out, because I just keep on thinking of it in my head. And like all the things going down in the Love and Deep Space community has been really like affecting me really harshly. The homophobia, the racism, all harassment just because of a new character. I know Love and Deep Space has their problems and they really should fix it, but it hurts to see other girls tear other girls down, or anybody tear anybody down. And I'm not that soft that I cry about things like that, and it's so sad that we're gonna lose this character. I think he probably would have been my 3rd favorite, but I haven't had to block so many people like this ever. I just wanted to say something, because
Shit, it's getting violent over there, isn't it? it's getting hella violent over there in Love in Deep Space. Holy cow, dude.
I just keep on saying it to myself. So if I do post this, thank you for listening. I don't know. It's how I feel.
Jesus Christ, oh my god. I didn't know it could get fucking ravenous over there. Holy cow, dude. Wow, that is something, to be honest. Jesus, I know, right? I expect a gotcha war soon. Jeez.
So,
Honestly, I was not.
okay.
Honestly, I wasn't really expecting this, to be honest. Holy cow! that is pretty crazy, dude. My God, dude, over one freaking dude in general. That's kind of crazy, in my personal opinion. Well, we will see what happens. So this is going to be very interesting to see if they'll still keep Valko or not. I doubt it though, just because, you know, they did clarify that they're not bringing him back or any future development of characters either. So yeah. It's still kind of crazy though to be hearing this. Jesus Christ. Oh my lord. I didn't know the Love in Deep Space gacha game can be so violent over there, you know? Jesus Christ. Oh my lord. Is this another one? Oh my god. Oof. Oof. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Yikes. Wow, that's kind of crazy to see that. That is pretty wild. Wow. Well then, well, we're gonna see what happens afterwards or so, you know? But, yeah. I had to look up Love in Deep Space. I had no idea that thing even existed. Wow. Oh yeah, it existed a while ago, to be honest. I knew of it, of course. Wasn't really a fan of any of the guys in general, but yeah. It's like a, you know, might as well just like a quick update or so what's been happening on the whole Love in Deep Space kind of type of thing. So I'll probably just add on to it to the other video in general. That's just kind of like frankly, yeah. But yeah. Anyways, update. Here you go. Here's an update or so. You know. I never got the appeal of gacha games. I've played a few, but never invested a ton to it. It's just only the people who love their anime waifus and who like to be attached to them is all. But yeah, overall that's kind of like pretty much it. So yeah, wow, okay, okay. Man, it's gonna get violent out here. It's about to get violent real serious pretty soon. Because we all know for a fact, you know, women on women violence is scary. That's all I have to say about that. So yeah.
Many hours later.
Whoa, holy shit. We got some... Okay, so we have some development on the whole Love in Deep Space right now. So, okay, so this... When did this came out? Okay, so this just came out just recently. Okay, so like a couple hours ago. Or many, many hours ago. It's getting... Wow, it's really getting that serious? Take care, Ruben. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Update. Infolt has just taken all what is it? LI? Is it LI? LI posters outside of their office. This is either the beginning of the end for lads or they're undergoing a complete rebuild. Either way, keep showing your support for hashtag Valco. Holy. Oh. Over one fucking guy? Chinese media turning things up because the drug case is a part of Xavier's story. It has no connections with Valco. It's almost like the media is turning the words towards the public and government. Wait, what? Hold up a second. Yo, hold on a second.
人触碰民族伤痛红线，将人体试药实验档案编号设置为
So setting on the archives number of human drug testing experiments to
0731，玩家要求严查。6月29日，
On June 29th, according to Jiangnan Metropolis Daily,
江南都市报游戏《恋与深空》
it was revealed that the game Love in Deep Space has a plot in its 6.0
被曝
version
6.0版本剧情中，将人体试药实
set the human drug trial experiment file number to 0731.
验档案编号设置为0731。
A large number of players demand a thorough investigation and boycott the game. No! No fucking shot! Are you serious?
大量玩家要求
Oh.
严查并抵制该游戏。此外，有
In addition, some players have pointed out that the recorder Yan Song in the
玩家
plot
指出，剧情中的记录员严颂因似甲级战
sounds similar to the Class A war criminal of Yan Song Yi.
犯严嵩义雄。目前官
Currently, the officials has issued a notice stating that the script number is
方发布
a
公告称，文案编号为无特殊意义的日期
it's a
站位。
date
目
position
前
with
相关说
is a date position for something blah blah blah. Currently, relevant statement has been maliciously
法是被少数
distorted
人恶意曲解传播。
and spread by a few
此
individuals.
前，该游戏新角
Previously, a line from the game, the new character of Ao
色
Yin.
敖隐一句引狼入
What's wrong with inviting wolves into the house?
室有什么不好，引发争议。
Sparked controversy and was angrily commented on by Chinese
被
women.
中国妇女怒评，女性安全不
Women's safety cannot be
容
trivialized,
娱乐化，女性受害
and incidents of women being harmed cannot be turned into
事件
memes.
不容玩梗。游戏创作允许
The game's creation allows for creative
自由创
freedom,
新，但不能失了对历
but it must not lose sensitivity and respect for
史
historical
伤痛的敏
pain.
感和敬畏。触碰民族
What? Are you fucking for real, dude? No, dude, this is going media news? If CN Girlies never created the scene of the sixth lead, this all wouldn't have gone to media because I don't believe in all CN Girlies' words. They are making fake rumors, to be honest. It's hard to even believe them. Okay. These bitches need medical mental help at this point because ain't no effing way, bro. All because of a damn character that wasn't even bad, but yet they want to f around their brother Caleb. So to them, incest is fine, but oh god, a werewolf, I'm scared. Some people just want to see the world burn. I don't understand. Is that bad? Oh my god, dude. You know, CN girlies don't deserve to play the game, but I hope that the global game won't be shut down. I feel bad for some of the CN girlies who were nice. Oh my god, dude. All of this happened because of one freaking dude. No shot, dude. So hold on, let me see. I absolutely wish I could say I didn't believe the words I wrote, but unfortunately they are making more sense than most other things I've seen about the situation and stuff. So let me take a look at this. Don't put too much stake here. Someone power got angered enough that all ultimate in China could be permanently affected. One thing to look out is if Silent Whispers can still smoothly participate in Bilibili World. Their CEO also got called in. CEO of PG has spent a whole day in Beijing trying to save Valco. Whoever is pissed off wants the entire game axed. What? No shot, dude. PG's other romance game already did get the axe. This seems to be aimed at games whose targeted audience is female. Holy shit, dude. If all this is true, that would mean that the Valco haters achieved nothing, and neither will we, since this is at a political level and no one here has influence over. From what I can piece together, the Chinese government has had it out for Ultimate games for a while. They are partially blamed the declining birthing rate on women's interest in games over real life men. See, it also has a guidelines about how men are allowed to dress on TV. No earrings, tattoos, no makeup. It's basically only manly men allowed. I see. That's very interesting. I'm like, it's because like when it comes to ultimate games, like some of these women who've like never had any like dating experience, their expectations become way too higher. So when it comes to like actually dating normal guys in general, because we all know for a fact when it comes to like what like I've played ultimate games, don't get me wrong, I've played them before too as well, you know, but like I've never, like I knew they were fake, okay, like I personally like understand the difference between like, you know, the difference between like fake and real and everything. So I knew for a fact, I'm like, it's just something to have fun with, you know, it's not something that you should be taking serious, you know. That is kind of funny to see that though. Now, an additional department is targeting for the use of 731 in the WU for a chapter that came out in April. A link is why 731 is such a historically charged number. I see. Actually, I might be true because of the Chinese drama side of all those poor girls. Poor girls meet rich, handsome CEO. Cinderella theme got axed. Oh, I see. Crazy that they can't separate fiction from reality. It's the weirdest thing about it. They always have these like weird high expectations when it comes to these ultimate games. I'm like, I even knew, like, don't get me wrong, like I'll get excited and, you know, with ultimate games, right? You know, to have like, you know, to have the what is it, the harem, the reverse harem, it's fine, you know, but I can separate the difference between like, you know, an actual real guy, you know, and then a fucking make-believe guy, you know. So two major departments are angry with the paper games, and one of them is with all the ultimate. No amount of tweeting and petitioning can save us from this situation. This would also perfectly explain on why the posts have had such an inconsistent narrative and why not everything hasn't been taken down yet. They are still trying to rectify the situation and get Valko's release approved. That's interesting. Hey Kitsune. Wow, dude, that is wild, dude. Sorry, can I post this? I feel like this situation is at some level hilarious. Report 731, so Infold will delete Valko from the game. Infold actually deletes Valko from the game. Chinese government is going to shut down the game and ultimate genre in general. Oh, dude. Okay, so I'm gonna clarify that I also think Infold is at fault for putting that in the first place. Okay, just to be clear with everyone. Hey, it reminds me of when they all got overly badly written BLFFN2. The fucking epidemic. Oh my god, dude. You reap what you sow. As someone from a country with a heavy censorship, it's honestly painful to watch C fans not realize they're shooting themselves in the leg after living under censorship for so long. I ain't gonna lie, this is pretty fucking funny though, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty freaking hilarious. I'll be honest with you. Oh my god, dude. That's funny, dude. That's what you get for coming after fucking Snowbreak, man. That's what you get. Oh my god, dude. This is so fucking funny though. Honestly, karma. Even if Snowbreak does eventually, like, if they force it to shut it down and everything like that, all I have to say is serves them fucking right, because that means at least Snowbreak is not coming down by themselves. They're fucking bringing in Love and Deep Space with them to hell. That's all I gotta say on that, dude. Oh, dude, that shit is so funny, dude. Honestly, it's actually pretty fucking hilarious, to be honest. I was a Snowbreak enjoyer and I'm laughing my ass off, dude. I'm also a Snowbreak enjoyer. I love my beautiful women at the end of the day. But I ain't gonna lie, this shit's pretty fucking funny.
Gonna catch me riding dirty.
That's just Love in Deep Space drama that's been happening. If it does get shut down, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna laugh my ass off, dude. That's all I gotta say. That's all, dude. Karma. Karma definitely came back tenfold, you know? Godly lord, dude. All of this happened because of one fucking dude that came into the game. That's all it is to it. Just one guy. Seriously, just one freaking dude. My god, dude. Well, hey, it is what it is. I think they're going hiatus for 2 months at least. That's what the thread said. Then they need to say something tonight or later today. Honestly, this is the point of no return. I feel like they're torn between giving Valco and not upsetting the toxic CN fans. All of this because of one fucking dude. All of this started because of one fucking dude. Dude, I can't, dude. I cannot believe this, dude. It just because of this guy, just because of this one fucking dude, this all fucking began. No, you know what? The Snowbreak community are laughing their asses off because they're literally the ones that were harassing the Snowbreak people. When literally the Snowbreak people are one of the coolest fucking communities. Like I said, they're legit one of the coolest communities ever, you know. And honestly, it's pretty fucking funny to see that. I bet you like most of them are like laughing their asses off of what's happening right now with Love in Deep Space. Because they're the bitches, they are the ones who literally antagonize Snowbreak for no apparent reason whatsoever. So that's, I ain't gonna lie, dude. Dude, that's pretty fucking funny, dude. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty fucking funny, dude. That's all I gotta say about that. All because of this guy. It's just because this guy came in, people were crashing out over on the CN side or so. Granted, the global side, you know, they really loved him and everything like that, right? But the CN side, they were crashing the shit out, dude. I ain't gonna lie, man. Look, man, I do feel sorry about your guys' game, at least for like the normal people who like don't have that crazy mentality though. But let's be honest here. Let's keep it a buck for a buck or so. It was gonna come back to bite you guys in the ass one way or another because you guys decided to antagonize the Snowbreak community for no apparent reason. For no fucking apparent reason, okay? All right? And look at that.
Know your fucking place, trash.
They're gonna get rid of they might be thinking of getting rid of the Ultimate games. So that's pretty fucking funny. That's all I gotta say. All I had to say is this is pretty hilarious. Just because of one guy, just one dude in general. That's all it is to it. Just one dude caused this entire thing to go to an entire shitstorm. Beautiful. Fucking fantastic. That shit is fucking funny, dude. They might actually thinking of closing down Love in Deep Space and Ultimate games in total, dude. You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. Hey man, it is what it is anyways. Dude, that shit is funny as fuck though. I ain't gonna lie, dude. Dude, I can't, dude. This shit is funny, dude. This is actually pretty fucking funny. But yeah. Anyways, if there's any more information on this, I'll try to see if I can like keep updating or so. Because I know I have some audiences or so that can give me the inside scoop on this at least of what's been happening. But yeah, as of July 1st, of 2026, at 10:04 a.m. This is what's been happening so far. It has gotten to the point that it has gone really, 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 really bad. So we'll see what happens. They say that there might be a 2-month hiatus. The same thing with Snowbreak. What Snowbreak did too as well. So all I gotta say is, well, it's pretty fucking funny in my personal opinion. So, but yeah. Anyways, we'll see if there's anything news. And yeah, that's the end of the video. And peace. Dude, we're getting, dude, there's so much information for freaking Love in Deep Space right now. This is kind of a little bit crazy. All right, here, let me read this down to you guys. This is a pretty long one. For those not in the know, the whales of this game are basically crazy mail order mail order brides slash gold diggers of their loser but rich husbands in China. They have lots of money, time, and are very toxic to players in and out of China. Ironically, much of the money of this ultimate game still technically comes from men, well, on the China side, not in the case worldwide. These insane girls, whom even my yellow fever, when I was single decades ago, won't touch, will do nasty things against the promotion of guys in the game they don't ship. A new love interest was introduced that looked a bit like he catered to the Western taste, but honestly, not really. They got so toxic that they caused the company to fold and cancel all of the hard work done by the devs, artists, and promoters for this new character, the werewolf dog Valko, to fight back against the toxic CN girls. The international fans are taking arms by review bombing the game, a bit of a double-edged sword, but in this case, maybe can help reverse the shame the mail order brides of CN who started this whole issue. I know much about this. I've tracked much of the game since its start, as it was made in Unity, and unlike games here in the West, actually cater to women correctly in the way studios try and horribly fail here. It was wonderfully done game, honestly, with lots of love and effort and understanding of actual girl gamers. What, as in like giving them gooner content? My wife is a huge fan of it, and personally, it has interestingly helped improve our relationship as a couple, as it showed my ways I can be a better man. You mean an unrealistic kind of type of way? Okay. I guess. All right. Weird part. I'm supposed to be very much like Zane. Is that who I think that is? Is that who I think it is? Okay. Okay. All right. I just had to find out, to be honest. Okay, let me see. Let me read a little bit more here. There's a company that knows gamers, gamers are particularly girl gamers very well, and built for them as a Western studio can only dream. Problem there is that the most toxic players are sadly rich, mental ill Chinese girl players, which I said literally multiple times, that literally the crazy Chinese girls are the ones who are literally causing the most problems, or just the crazy girls in general, right? They're the ones that cause the most problems, and all I have to say is, you know, Snowbreak people are kind of just sitting back and laughing. That's all I gotta say, you know? This is basically karma. This is karma. This is straight up just fucking karma, you know? That's all I have to say, you know? Anyways, let me read a little bit more. It's a case study in seeing what would happen if the bulk of paying players are they themselves the most toxic, something the Western journalists wrongly accuse gamers here for. Sad to see it in this state right now, and I hope the international fans help fix what non-toxic fans, both in both in and out of CN, have been doing. I say this is as a developer and voice actor. Lads deserve to continue the roadmap they had originally set out and should ignore the toxic players in CN. They created something the Western studios only dreamed they could have, something great for actual women gamers. You know, they're crazy if they'd rather spend money on gacha instead of plastic surgery. Dude, it's crazy like how they're using the money or so from like rich people in general and just kind of like basically doing that. But yeah, like there's been like multiple updates for the past couple of days about like the whole Love in Deep Space. It's been kind of crazy. My timeline has been full of it, full of like Love in Deep Space stuff ever since this has broken down for the past couple of freaking whatchamacallit, days in general. So it's kind of wild to be seeing. I don't know if there'd be anything else. Not too sure if there's anything like other news, but if there is other news, I'll definitely, you know, keep updated or so in general to see if anything else happens. But as of now, I don't see anything else, at least. No, I think that's pretty much it though, so. But yeah, anyways, that's kind of like frankly it. I just wanted to give an update or so on the whole lads situation because my Twitter feed keeps popping up, showing up like a bunch of like, you know, Love and Deep Space shenanigans. So that's basically it. But all I have to say, I'm kind of pretty much smiling in general, just because, like, you know, karma does come back tenfold or so. You guys harassed, you know, those crazy bitches harassed the Love and Deep, not the Love and Deep Space. What am I talking about? They harassed the Snowbreak, and look what Snowbreak is now. You know, it's unfortunately, you know, it is on life support, you know, and I'm hoping that, you know, it doesn't get shut down. But if it does get shut down, I'm hopefully they take down Love and Deep Space with them. So that's all I gotta say. But yeah. But that's it, you know. Hopefully this is the last news on this situation itself, but I have no fucking idea, to be frankly honest. Anything can happen in the next fucking couple of hours, you know. So all we have to do is just kind of sit and wait and see what happens. I bet you something's gonna happen over the weekend. I wouldn't be very surprised if something actually happens. I'm just kind of like, oh, something happened? Oh, let's see what it is this time, you know? So the Gotcha Civil of 26 is wild. Deserves, to be honest. They forced Snowbreak to censor itself for daring to match 25% of the fan service of Lads has. Yeah, exactly. And even then, I was there when the first time when Snowbreak vaulted their skins and everything like that too. If you guys don't remember that, they also got rid of their skins a long time ago because of the fan service. That was too much, apparently. Quotation marks too much. And yeah, that's kind of like basically it. So like I said, as someone who's a woman who enjoys both men and women at the same time, it's just kind of funny to see it. But anyways, I just wanted to give another quick update because there's just so much shit happening in the past like 24 hours during the recording of this. And I wouldn't be surprised on my days off, there's going to be something else. And if there is or so, well, expect the video to be longer. But if there isn't, well, that's the end of the video. And yeah, honestly, crazy shit happened.